here's a pile of sheets I cut. There's about 53 or 54 sheets there. Should be enough. I've got 3 12-foot lengths left. If it's not enough, I can cut a few more. And if I don't goof anything up, I should be okay. So anyway, there's a pile. Our first step is going to be putting on an edge J trim. That's going to be right here. That is going to be the first step. Once again, here's the basic look. The first thing I'm going to do is attach that left J channel next to the overhead door rail. But I got to cut it off. We're simply going to place this. The back is going to be the same height as the tin. So we'll cut that off square there. Alright, and there we have it. First screw is hidden, so I'm going to use just a sheetrock screw. Alright, I'll make sure it's level, or excuse me, plumb, and then we're going to go from there. The bottom course, the bottom J channel, it's up against the concrete. I'm not even going to bother screwing it into that. That's going to be free floating. I may end up putting a couple of rivets in from the J channel to the corrugated steel. We'll decide that later. So it's cool, we're making some progress. What I did over the past day was I took this stuff to a place, I scrubbed both sides of it, make it nice and clean. I oriented it so it's all facing the same direction. That's going to help me in the future as I put this together. I just slid the bottom channel into place. Alright, the screws that I'm using today, it's a number 10 by 1 inch pole barn screw. It's got a little rubber piece on there to seal it. So that is the screw we're going to use. It's a 1/4 inch head, nice. Got my rummage sale special, $1 bastard vial. All right. Well, I'd say for now that was pretty simple. I just made a little T-bar there for the top. So I'll just go ahead and make a mark, and that's where the screw is going to go. Bottom, very similar, just super easy. Just a piece of wood cut off. I'll make a mark there, and that's where that's going to go. So now maybe we can get some of this field done. We're going to give it a shot. Alright, we got a little trimming to do on this one. It's very fortuitous. That piece is almost perfect. Well, fortunately, I was able to get I think I got that out of my eye. I don't have any safety glasses. They got little motorcycle glasses. They got a nice seal here. I got a couple of cuts to make. I mentioned it earlier in the video. Safety is important. Cutting this stuff, safety glasses are not enough. Get some goggles. I'm just not going to go traveling and go buy some right now. So anyway, we'll finish up here. By the way, you can't see anything up here with all the sparks. So I'm just kind of resting down here and I'm watching a spot over here as opposed to where the blade is to keep this straight. Oh, it's loud. Safety. Alright, that is a vast improvement over what I had. So I was getting sparks laying around, all around, close by. So anyway, that helped quite a bit. There's a little shape to that end wall of the garage. So I'm going to have to go and scribe mark and actually cut this down a little bit more than I did. But the first cut I did want straight. I'll show you how I'm going to scribe that. I thought about bending these edges, but that's just not feasible. So to get this about as straight in line with this edge that I can, so this matches that. Take my carpenter's pencil and turn it on side, just brush it against the wall. It's really only at the bottom where the shape comes in. There we go. I'm just going to go trim that off. No need to watch that business. Alright, I've trimmed this piece. It took about 5 or 6 cuts to get it to basically conform to the wall. It's close enough. We'll have another piece butting up against it. So, that's all. Originally I was going to bend these corners. I'm glad I decided not to because there's enough shape in these walls. Well, that just doesn't work real well. You'd be left with all sorts of buckling tin. I guess that's just something I didn't want. There we are. We're back and running now to do this end wall. still have one little problem here to deal with. These corners. I didn't bend them, I just butted them up, but that didn't work out perfectly good. You can still see the wall in between. So, simply, I got a piece, this piece I cut off to fit it somewhere else, and that's just a scrap piece. But you know what? That is going to go in there, it's going to cover up that white wall, a couple of sheetrock screws, and I think we're going to be golden. I hope it works. I could probably pre-drill these, but let's just go for it. I need longer screws. In fact, let's do that. Let's pre-drill these. All right, we're gonna do a little pre-drilling. I could even take a nail and just pop it through there with a nail. Would probably work equally as well. But we're gonna drill. That doesn't take long. We got no longer screws. All right, well that finishes that edge up really nice. No more white showing. That's the effect we're looking for. Barely noticeable. I'm gonna go do the other corners, but there you are.